Hey everyone, thank you very much for joining. Today we got some classic Pink Floyd, Brain Damage. Obviously not a Phish song, but Phish did cover it. And if you haven't listened to if you haven't listened to the Dark Side of the Moon set before, I highly recommend checking it out after this one, of course. But yeah, it's such a great show. It's one of my favorite shows. I'll throw the date up there. I'm pretty sure it's 11/2/98 or something like that. It was very close after Halloween. Pretty sure it's 11/2/98. But anyway, so we're going to go over the song, Brain Damage. Awesome song. We're going to go over the finger pick version. I like playing it that way. So I'll break down the chords and the pattern for you. So we'll go through all that. As always, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. Let's hop in. All right, so let's go ahead and start here on Brain Damage. So we'll start with the first chord, which is the D. It's your standard D here. And let's go over the pattern that we're going to use. We're going to use this pattern the whole time doing the finger picking here. Okay, so what we're doing here, going to be using your thumb and index finger. So we've got our D shape here. So we're going to pluck the D and the high E string. And then with our thumb, we're going to hit the G, the B. And then this way I do it at least, index finger now will hit the E. So after the index finger hits the E, thumb comes back and hits that B, and that is your pattern there. So get, practice that pattern. It's really not too bad. Now, I play a lot of finger picking songs in the past, so it kind of comes natural at this point, but it did not always. So if you're struggling with it, just give it some time, keep practicing it, practice it very slowly, and you will get it. So again, we're going to pluck the D and the high E, and then we're going to go G, B, E, B. G, B, E, B. Okay? So that's our first chord. Alright, so we move to our next chord here, which is just our index finger on the first fret of that high E. And same pattern. Twice. Then back to your D. So this part is twice. Third time through, D again. Now we're going to take our D shape, keep it, and we're going to slide down here to where now our index is on the 4th fret. That is our E over D. Okay, so from this D. Same pattern. And from here we've got this I really like this A7. It's very pretty. So we're barring our 2nd fret, starting here on that D, and then ring finger. It's going to go to the 3rd fret of that high E, and again same pattern. Back to your D. Okay, so at the end of this D here. That's the one throwing a wrench into the plan here. So again, so we come back to this D, and then after you go through your pattern once there, you're gonna lift up your middle finger off of the high E. So now you only have the index here on the 2nd fret of the G, and your middle finger on the 3rd of the B. So you have those, and then you're just going to go. So you're coming. Think about an upstroke this time. So starting on the E, to the B, to the G, to the B, to the E. All right. And the song itself is relatively slow, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it at normal speed. You know, if you need to slow it down, there is a feature in YouTube where you can slow it down a little bit. But the song is relatively slow, which is why I really like it, especially for kind of getting used to finger picking. I think it's a really, really good song for that. Okay. So as you're playing the song, you will play through that part twice. And so the second time all the way through after you come here. So from here, now you can continue going with finger picking. I personally listen to the song. I think strumming is the way to go here. So from here, we're going to hop to our D7, kind of passing through here to the chorus. So that D7, if you're not familiar with that, index finger first fret of that B, middle finger second fret of the G, and ring second fret of the E. From here we just got some standard open chords. So G, A, C, back to your G. A, C, G. All right, so that last little piece there. So after you play through the chords twice, end on this G here, we're going to go to a B minor 7. So we're going to bar second fret here, and middle finger is going to go to the third fret of that B, and ring finger is going to go to the fourth of the D. So it's your B minor 7. Then we have our standard E minor, and then I think it's an A sus4, I believe. So we've got index finger here on second fret of the D, middle finger on the second of the G, and your ring starts here on the third of the B, and then you just move it back up to your standard A there. And then you go back into your progression. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you guys out. Please leave me feedback, comments below, and we'll see you guys again soon.